Shabbat Shalom, giving all praise and glory to the Most High Power, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's worthy to be praised for everything. As always, I'm going to start with Colossians 3 and 17. And whatsoever you do, in word or deed, do all by Shama Mashiach Yahushai, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Shama Mashiach Yahushai. So all that we say and do is going to be in the name of the Lord and Savior, Mashiach Yahushai, my big brother. And we give thanks to the Most High Power, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Jacob's name was changed to Israel. He became the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, who was Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. Those 12 tribes of Israel. Most when you see the Most High say he the power of Israel, that's who the power of. So I'm gonna continue on the blame game when you love lies, and we know that the truth is opposite of a lie. So we got to go into it and continue looking at these scriptures and bring forth edification of what we should be doing as a people, everybody really, because you're going to learn now, you're going to learn later. Like I always say, you're going to bow down now, you're going to bow down later, but you're going to bow down. Everybody going to bow straight up. That's how it's going to be. So it's better to bow down now than bow down later. But if you have to be made to bow down, the Most High going to do it. I mean, it is what it is. Ain't nothing that you can do about it. Nothing we can do about it. We done bowed down to the ground. The scriptures say we laid our bodies down on the ground that y'all can walk over. So we're gonna look at Daniel's, the 9th chapter, and verse 13. We're gonna review a little bit, and then we're gonna continue to go into this high-powered, wisdom of the Most High. While Mashak Yahweh Shai, about Shama Mashak Yahweh Shai, which is in the name of the Lord and Savior. Daniel 9 and 13. It says, as it is written in the law of Moses. You hear that? As it is written in the law of Moses. From Deuteronomy 28th chapter, the 15th verse to the 68th verse. As it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil is come upon us. That us is the children of Israel. That's who Deuteronomy was talking to. You look at Deuteronomy 1 and 1, it said, these were the words that Moses spake to all Israel on this side of Jordan. It says, as it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil is come upon us, yet may we not our prayer before the Most High, our power, ours a personal possessive pronoun showing ownership, the Israelite power, as I just showed you, the Most High say the power of Israel, those 12 tribes, that we, who are the Israelites, might turn from our iniquities, might turn from our sins, our iniquities, and understand thy truth. Understand your truth. And we know, class, the truth is defined in Psalms 119, 142. That righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. So we got to turn from our iniquities and understand the Most High's truth that he wrote with his finger, his laws, his commandments. That's what we got to do. That's what he's saying. But, we always want to do things our way, get into our feelings and think that what we're doing is okay, even before those that have to bring forth got to give account for the people. I have to give an account to the Most High. So when people say I'm so off, then they got to go to the Most High with how I'm off to prove that you off. Any of these teachers, man. Look at 2 Ezra 1st chapter. Let's start at verse 4. And the word of the Most High came unto me, who is Ezra, saying, go thy way, and show my people their sinful deeds. You see, the things that we have done in breaking the Most High's commandments are sinful deeds. And their children, their wickedness, which they have done against me. You hear that? So we're supposed to be teaching the children of the wickedness, the things that are contrary to the laws of the Most High, which our ancestors done, and we, as the children of Israel, have done against the Most High. That's what he's saying. That's what he's telling us. Hold on. Turn this thing down. Took me off my channel. Okay, once again, Salaki for that. Second is the first chapter, fourth verse. And the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, Go thy way, and show my people, who are the Israelites. We can prove that with Exodus 3:10. Exodus 3 and 10. Who is my people? Let's find out. Clear as day. Exodus 3 and 10. Take good notes, y'all. And hit the like button and share the video. Exodus 3 and 10. Who is my people? It says, Come now. This is Exodus 3, the third chapter, the 10th verse. I'll call the chapter out before I call the verse. I'll say like Exodus 3 and 10. The chapter is the third chapter, the verse is the 10th verse. Come now, therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh. He's talking to Moses and Aaron. We're in captivity under the Egyptians. Say, Come now, therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel. See? That you may bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. So my people are the children of Israel. Understand this. So now going back to 2nd Ezra, first chapter, verse 5, it says, Go thy way and show my people, who are the children of Israel, 12 tribes of Israel, their sinful deeds. What is sin? 1 John 3 and 4. 1 John 3 and 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresses also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. Right? So if you sin, that means you transgressing the commandments of the Most High. And it's very important because we as a people, I don't think, is brought out enough. The fact of these are Most High's commandments. These are Most High's laws that he wrote with his finger. It's not brought out enough, I don't think. Or maybe it might mean something to our people because we easily say, just like we said, we transgress the laws, transgress the commandments of the Most High. That's what we've done. And we not, we don't realize, I think it might make a difference, maybe, I don't know, but if you look at Deuteronomy 9 and 10, maybe it might help our people to really, no, you can't go here because they say they're not under the law, so that's why they can't go here to show them that what we're going to see here, who wrote the laws. And the Most High delivered unto me 2 tables of stone. The Most High delivered unto Moses 2 tables of stone written with the finger of the Most High. That's the laws, y'all. And on them was written according to all the words which the Most High spake with you in the mount out of the midst of the fire in the day of the assembly. I just thought about how we as a people are taught that we're Gentiles. So they probably say that's for the Jewish people today. And not realizing that they really are the Israelites. You know what I mean? Is that why they don't go to the Old Testament? I mean, you're not going to understand the Bible if you don't go to the Old Testament, because what no New Testament? It's only the law and the prophets. When anybody walked the earth, they only had the law and the prophets, period. They did not read, they definitely, anybody that beside John on the island of Patmos, by the time he got the book of Revelation, everybody else was put to death or ran into Africa, ran into somewhere away from Israel. But we fell in 70 AD. And we got the book of Revelations in 90 to 96 AD. So Peter didn't see no book of Revelation. Paul didn't see no book of Revelation. They was hung upside down, crucified them upside down. Crucified all the apostles. Straight up. They're like they killed Mashiach Yahushua. They killed all the prophets. All the apostles. And we killed the prophets. So it's a cold thing, man. Could you put your could you put it on mute? So that's why he's saying, Second Ezra 1:3. It said, "Go that way and show my people their sinful deeds, and their children their wickedness, which they have done against me, that they may tell their children's children." I mean, it don't change. I mean, look, that's why he said, Isaiah 58:1. See, we don't like to be told what to do. That's one thing about us. We don't like to be told. That's why they had to beat us and just make us be subjected to whatever. They just went overboard, beyond the call of duty. That's why Moses said, "Cry aloud," Isaiah 58:1. He said, "Cry aloud, spare not. Don't spare nobody's feelings." He said, "Lift up thy voice like a trumpet." But see, this world wants you to be so gentle. Mashal was an austere man. How we mashiach him, how we like him, and you're going to be all weak. And people want you to be all weak. Women want you to be like a woman as a man. That ain't happening to a real man. How you going to be like a woman and you a man? How a woman going to be a man like a man when she's a woman? Come on. You got to think about that. These are simple things. I would say, cry loud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet. Talk loud. And show my people, we already know them, that my people are the children of Israel. We just proved that in Exodus 3:10. Their transgressions, how they have broken the laws of the Most High, the commandments of the Most High. And the house of Jacob, their sins. You see? Their sins. He said, look, yet they seek me daily and delight to know my ways. As a nation that did righteousness and forsook not the ordinance of their power. They asked of me the ordinances of justice. They take delight in approaching to me, to the Most High. Say, wherefore? Listen, go back to, and that's because Romans 10:2 said we had a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. That's why we bring in the knowledge, which is gathering, we didn't gather the right information for our people to get, to have the wisdom, to apply this knowledge that we have gathered together, to have wisdom, to learn how to depart from evil, to have understanding. That's what it's all about. Doing what the Most High say do. But let him talk to us. 2 Ezra 1:6 said, because the sins of their fathers are increased in them, but they have forgotten me. You hear that? They have forgotten me. Keep this in mind. They have forgotten the Most High. That me is the Most High, and have offered unto strange gods. And the strange gods this day is all these different religions that are not keeping the commandments of the Most High. Are they keeping the moral laws, the civil laws, the dietary laws, the ceremonial laws, sacrificial laws, that we knowing them, dietary laws? No. Psalm 78:5. See if it changed. For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers, it's our forefathers. Like he just said that the children could teach them to their children, the laws to their children. He commanded our forefathers, our fathers, that they should make them known to their children. You see? These laws that the Most High wrote with his finger, that the generation to come might know them, even the children which shall be born. Have the conversation changed? No, it's still the same conversation. The children teach the children, who should arise and declare them to their children. You see? So the children will be learning the laws of the Most High, that they might set their hope, their faith in the Most High, and not forget the works of the Most High, but keep his commandments. Can't get no clearer than that. And might not be as their fathers. How was our forefathers? A stubborn and rebellious generation, a generation that set not their heart, which is the way you think, your thoughts are right, and whose spirit was not steadfast with the Most High. It's cold, man. Verse 10, what does it say? They kept not the covenant, the contract, the agreement, the laws, statutes, commandments, and judgments of the Most High, and refused to walk in his law. Underline that. Refused to walk in his law. Can't get no clearer than that. Do that sound familiar? That's why I say these religions are dealing with. That's why I call it Christian insanity. Because it says we refuse to walk in his law that he wrote with his finger, and forgot his works, forgot the works of the Most High, forgot the works of the Most High. They didn't even think about the works of the Most High, really. Forgot his works that he did. And his wonders that he has showed them. We've seen the works and the wonders that the Most High did. It's different. We're reading about it. You know, they make movies and all that stuff about it, you know, with, you know, Edomites and so forth, not the real people, not us, you know, which should be us. And we had a proof, you know, in picture form, all that, man. But we forgot the works. You got to understand, we were in Egypt. We were in our land. We didn't see no plague, 10 plagues. In the land of Goshen, we didn't see one plague that happened to affect us. That's like you living where you living at. Think about it. Only we all living around the same areas. And nothing happened to us. And we know that there's a tornado that just wiped out everybody. It never came near us. We know, you understand, that there's a flood. Everybody was, you know, all those plagues that the Most High brought upon them. We've seen all that. 10 plagues. It didn't ever touch us. Until the point where he killed their firstborn male, everything. Firstborn male died. Nothing happened to us. And we still have faith in the Most High. I mean, that's enough just talk about it to have a lot of faith in the Most High to know that's his power, that he loved us that much. He didn't even touch us. What does it say? Verse 11, Psalm 78 and 11, and forget his works and his wonders that he had showed them. Marvelous things did he in the sight of their fathers, in the land of Egypt, in the field of Zoan, man. He divided the sea, that's the Most High, and caused them to pass through. And he made the waters to stand as in heat. That's the Most High, y'all. In the daytime also he led them in a cloud, and all night with a light of fire. He clave the rocks in the wilderness and gave them drink as out of the great depths. Look what the Most High did. We witnessed this. We went through this. It's not like something that they had to read about. We lived it. We're going through this. That's why I said sometimes you got to go back and put yourself here and appreciate and praise the Most High. Come on. He clave the rocks in the wilderness and gave them drink as out of great depths. All praise to the Most High. He brought streams also out of the rock and caused waters to run down like rivers. We complaining, murmuring. Oh, we ain't got no water. Oh, we ain't got no food. And they sin yet more. Hear that? That's us. That yet, that more, and that's us. That sin more, yet more, the Israelites, against him by provoking the Most High in the wilderness. Come on now. And they tempted the Most High, and Mashiach Yahushua, because he's there as an angel of the Most High that led us in that chariot by a cloud by day, and that chariot in a cloud by night. You see, so if you only know Mashiach Yahushua when he came in the flesh, then you don't really know him. Because they tell you, look, 1 Corinthians So you know, 1 Corinthians 10, he's the top angel of the Most High. He's an angel, like he is right now, sitting on the right hand side of the Most High, waiting on the Most High to say, "Come, Hamashiach Yahushua, rise and go judge and make war in righteousness according to the Most High's laws." Look, 1 Corinthians 10:1. Moreover, brethren, Israelites, I would not that you should be ignorant how that all our fathers were under the cloud, like we just read. It was under the cloud by day, a chariot that was a cloud by day, and a fiery chariot at night, and all passed through the sea, like we just read, the Red Sea, as we came out of Egyptian captivity, and were all baptized into Moses in the cloud and in the sea, right? And did eat all the same spiritual drink, same spiritual meat, and did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Mashiach. Do you know him there? You got to know him. You're the volume of the book is split to him. Look. But with many of them, Most High, Mashiach, Yahushua, both of them there, was not well pleased. And for they were overthrown in the wilderness, killed everybody. But Joshua and Caleb, all the adults, and took our children into the land of Canaan. See? Now, this is Mashiach Yahushua, y'all. Verse 8, neither let us commit a fornication, as some of them committed, and fell in one day 23,000. He killed 23,000. Neither let us tempt a Mashiach. Where we at? We're in the wilderness, y'all. Just coming out of the Egyptian captivity, say, neither let us tempt a Mashiach Yahushua, as some of them also tempted. This is in the wilderness. This is him there. And were destroyed of serpents. He had fiery serpents. Snakes eat us up and kill us. Neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured, complaining all the time, always dissected this on in the wrong way, in the wrong spirit, and were destroyed of the destroyer. He's called the destroyer. Now all these things happen unto them for examples, that they are written, and they are written for our admonition, upon whom the ends of the world are come. Come on, let's talk about us, y'all. Come on, you better understand. Going back to talking about the Most High in Psalms 78, verse 18, and they tempted the Most High, because you see both of them there, in their heart, in their mind, by asking meat for their lust. Yeah, they spake against the Most High, the destroyer. They said, can the Most High furnish a table in the wilderness? Be hungry. Can he give us some meat in this wilderness? Behold, he smote the rock, that the waters gushed out, and the streams overflowed. Can he give bread also? Always complaining. Can he? That's the Most High. We going against him. Can he provide flesh for his people? Therefore, the Most High heard this. Like he hearing a lot of our complaints and murmuring and the things that are contrary to the way we supposed to be thinking and acting amongst each other. Therefore, the Most High heard this and was wroth. So a fire was kindled against Jacob, and anger also came up against Israel, because they believed not in the Most High and trusted not in his salvation. Though he had commanded the clouds from above and opened the doors of heaven and had rained down manna upon them to eat, and had given them of the corn of heaven, man did eat angels' food. He sent them meat to the full. He caused an east wind to blow into heaven, and by his power, that his is the Most High, he, the Most High, brought in the south wind. He rained flesh also upon them as dust, quails, and feathered fowls, quails, like as the sand of the sea, covered the whole ground. and he let it fall in the midst of their camp, round about their habitation, complaining. So they did eat and were well filled, but he gave them their own desire. They were not estranged from their lust, but while their meat was yet in their mouths, the ones that ate the most, the ones that ate the most, need the most to eat, complaining the most. The wrath of the Most High came upon them while they eating the quail. Give me that quail, give me that. The little small ones could get nothing. Ones big cats, give me that quail. Eating, stuff in their mouth, right? The wrath of the Most High came upon them and slew the fattest of them. You hear that? That's why y'all better look at how y'all eating. He killed the fattest of them and smote down the chosen men of Israel. For all this, they sin still. You hear that? For all this, sin them fought in. He killed 23,000. The destroyer of Mashiach Abishai was putting them to death, putting us to death, our ancestors. For all this, they sin still and believe not for his wondrous works. Therefore, their days did he consume in vanity, and their years in trouble. When he slew them, then they saw them. Like it's gonna be here. He gonna kill so many people that everybody gonna wonder, well, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? What we gonna do? Oh, he get our attention with death. You hear what it say? When he slew them, when he killed us, Israelites, then they saw them. Then they want to know, oh, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? And we running them church, gonna be running, they be trying to find us. Because they're gonna realize what they believe. We went over, if you go back to the lesson, I went over how they're gonna be dealing with these preachers, these teachers, these ministers, and these secular churches, worldly churches. They're gonna be getting them. When he slew them, when he killed them, then they saw them. And they returned and inquired early after the Most High. That's how it's gonna be in our time. And they remembered that the Most High was their rock. Hamashiach of Shai was their rock. And the high power, their redeemer. That's the Most High. That's why we read in 1 Corinthians 10 and 4, the spiritual rock that followed them was who? Mashiach, right? And Psalms 45 and 6 and 7. Read that. Psalms 45, 6, and 7. 45, 6, and 7. Thy throne, O Most High, is forever and ever. The scepter of thy kingdom is a right scepter. That's power and authority, y'all. Thou lovest righteousness and hated wickedness. Therefore, if you look at what it says, God, thy God, the Most High, have a power over him? No. This is Mashiach Abishai. Therefore, God, your God, have anointed thee with the oil of gladness above thy fellows, above the other angels. That's what it's saying. So now, when you look on back here, it says, Psalm 78, 35, and they remembered that Mashiach Abishai, which that power, was their rock. And the high power, you see, that's two GODs right there. That's why I went to Psalm 45, 6, and 7. Show you that Mashiach Abishai is considered GOD, and the Most High, the high power, is the Most High, their Redeemer. Like he's our Redeemer now. But we trying to find some other way. I don't know, y'all think just gathering the children of Israel together, we can gather together all we want to. We ain't rising nowhere to the Most High rise because he's sitting on his throne. And he's going to stand up and he's going to tell the Mashiach Abishai that's sitting on the right-hand side of the Most High. I mean, little children could understand this. I understand us sometime, man. He's going to tell the Mashiach Abishai to rise from sitting on his right hand and go and judge and make war. Well, I say, Kwam Most High, Kwam Mashiach Abishai, and Kwam Yasharallah. You know, Most High got to rise to bring salvation, powers and authority on this earth in righteousness. Or who else gonna do it? Y'all got some other way? Because it tell you in Deuteronomy 28 and 29, ain't no man gonna save you. Y'all better hear what he's saying. Here we go. Verse 36. Psalm 78:36. What we talking about? Blame game. When you love lies. Look, nevertheless, they did flatter him with their mouth. I love you, Most High. Please, please, we love you. We love you. Huh. Nevertheless, they did flatter him with their mouth. And they lied unto him with their tongues. For their heart, their mind was not right with him. Neither were they steadfast in his covenant to do what he told us to do. Now, let's go back to Ezra. He talking about the same thing. We don't hear the same, pretty much the same thing. Second Ezra, the first chapter, and verse 6. Because the sins of their fathers are increased in them, but they have forgotten me and have offered unto strange gods. Like they offer the strange gods to all these different religions that our people are caught up in right now. Am not I even he that brought them out of the land of Egypt, what we just read about, from the house of bondage? But they have provoked me under wrath and despised my counsels. You know, that's why I tell you about Proverbs 1:24 down. He told Ezra, say, pull thou off then the hair of thy head, and cast all evil upon them. But they have not been obedient unto my law. Hear that? Say, for they have not been obedient unto my law, but it is a rebellious people. Say, we have not been obedient unto his law. He said, because we are a rebellious people. Go to Isaiah, the 30th chapter. I mean, it tells you in Psalm, 1 John 5:3. For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous. You're supposed to be sad and doing what's right. As the Most High would have us keep his laws, his rules and regulations. He said we're rebellious people, right? That's how we are. Isaiah 30:1. It say, woe, destruction to the rebellious children, said the Most High. They take counsel. What do he say? What did he tell us? He said, hey, 2 Ezra 1:7 say, am not I even he that brought them out of the land of Egypt that we just read about from the house of bondage? It's the Most High. But they have provoked me under wrath and despised my counsels. Right? So what are you saying? Isaiah 30:1. Woe, destruction to the rebellious children, said the Most High, that take counsel. They listen to somebody, but not of me. They listen to the counsels of the Most High. And that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Like certain things, you know, we know in part of prophesying part, but I know the part that I do have, I'm trying to bring it to the nation. That we not dealing with sin to sin, man. If y'all don't understand that these people had our Bible and they took scriptures out, so what y'all think? They didn't put scriptures in or things in? They took things out, they put things in. Verse 9, but here we are. We the Israelites. It's talking about us. That this is a rebellious people, lying children. What? Who love lies, right? Blame game. It's your fault. It's his fault. You the reason why I feel like this. You already miserable. I ain't the reason why nobody feel miserable. You already miserable. Misery love company. Blame game. You know, when you love lies, you love to be lied to. Here it is right here. That this is rebellious people, lying children. Children that will not hear the law of the Most High. We ain't under no law. Even if you say you're under the law, you still don't follow what you're supposed to follow and be in order as a man, a woman. He ain't in order. Children out of order. Everybody out of order. And you look at, okay, well, let me look into this. Because certain things I see, I'm going to look into it. And I'm going to bring it and change. Like I said, we know in part and prophesy in part. We got to do the best we can, you know. Especially, better be trying to exalt the Most High as much as you can. Who is going to deliver us? That's what I want to know. Who do y'all have in mind that's going to deliver us? We know we Israelites, not what? You don't know what to say, no. You know you're Israelite, though. Oh, repent, keep the commandments of the Most High. Okay. And come Yasharallah. Think about it. You said, hey, we say to the seers what they say. See not, don't be looking at us. Don't be pointing the finger at me. And to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Don't tell us what's right. Speak unto us smooth things. Prophesy deceit. Hear that? They love lies. Tell us lies. That's what it's saying. Prophesy us the lies that you've been hearing. The same thing, I bet you I was on here talking about, you know, the same thing they teach in them secular churches. Them pastors that went to cemetery school, come out, done with it when they went in, been programmed a certain way to have you think that this Bible ain't talking about we the children of Israel when it's our book. Come on. Prophesy deceit. Tell us lies. So get you out of the way. So I don't want to hear it, especially when you look at that order. The Most High, Mashiach, that was shy, then man, then woman, instead of from us as the children of Israel going, you know, trying to work in the Most High and the Mashiach, that was shy some way or another, some kind of way. But man, he dealing with us. Come on, man. We ain't saving nobody. Ain't no man gonna save us, period. He said, get you out of the way. That's what they say. Turn aside out of the path. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Man, that's sad. Tell the Most High to cease from before us. We just want to hear things that pertain to us. Make us feel good. Because he's miserable. And misery loves company. And I love the scripture that say, hey, whatever the Most High give you, take cheerfully. And that peace that a Mashiach of Messiah said he's going to give you, when you know that, when you have that, you don't sit around and mope over nothing, man. For what? You better understand. The word is real, and it works. It really works. Spiritually. But if you're not spiritual, it's just words. Going back to my big brother Ezra. What did he say? Second Ezra, the first chapter, and verse 7 again. It said, am not I even he? That's the Most High that brought them out of the land of Egypt. That's the children of Israel, the 12 tribes out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage, captivity, slavery, and bondage under the Egyptians. But they have provoked me unto wrath and despised my counsels. Say, pull thou off then the hair of thy head. You hear who's telling us this? I read this, it was made me just say, okay, I can't do this. He said, pull thee off the hair of thy head and cast all evil upon them, but they have not been obedient unto my law. But it is a rebellious people, like we just read. How long shall I forbear them, unto whom I have done so much good? He said, how long are you going to forbear us, in whom we have done so much good? Say, many kings have I destroyed for their sake. Just that there is our sake. The Israelites, kings, in that eye is the Most High. The Most High destroyed kings for our sake. We the children of Israel. Pharaoh with his servants and all his power have I smitten down. All the nations have I destroyed before them. And in the east, I have scattered the people of 2 provinces, even of Tyrus and Sidon, and have slain all their enemies. Sidon and Tyrus and Sidon represent them Hamites, man. Speak thou therefore unto them, saying, Thus said the Most High. He talking to us. What he say? I led you through the Red Sea. I led you through the sea. And in the beginning, gave you a large and safe passage. I gave you Moses for a leader and Aaron for a priest. I gave you light in a pillar of the fire, and great wonders have I done among you. Yet have you forgotten me, said the Most High. How do you think he feel? Yet ye have forgotten him, said the Most High. Until this day, man, thus said the Almighty Power. The quails were as a token for you. I gave you tents for your safeguard. Nevertheless, ye murmured there, and triumphed not in my name for the destruction of your enemies. But ever to this day do you yet murmur, complain, find something negative to find against him and against the fact that we live in the day. Just that little. Where are the benefits that I have done for you? What are the benefits that he done for us? Who is bragging about the benefits of the Most High? Say, what are benefits that he done for us? When you were hungry and thirsty in the wilderness, did ye not cry unto me, saying, why hast thou brought us into this wilderness to kill us? It had been better for us to have served the Egyptians than to die in this wilderness. Do you hear that? We say, why have you brought us? Talking to the Most High. That's why he calls us a rebellious people, man. That's why I showed you and told you. He did. He showed us, look what I can do. But I'm not going to touch you. He put those 10 plagues of the Egyptians, didn't touch us. And we still murmured. Like a lot of y'all murmuring now. I'm just talking about we got to praise the Most High. You got a problem with that. Hear what he said? Why hast thou brought us into this wilderness to kill us? It had been better for us to have served the Egyptians in slavery, captivity, and bondage than to die in this wilderness. It's how compassionate the Most High is, y'all. He could have just destroyed us. Remember, in the end, he killed everybody. But Joshua and Caleb, he killed everybody. It was 600,000 men, army that came out of Egypt captivity. He killed 599,998. He only left 2, Joshua and Caleb, y'all. He let us roam around that wilderness for 40 years. Till everybody, all of them died. He let the children go into the land of Canaan. He said, then had I pity upon your mournings. It's the only time he had pity on us, when we humble ourselves and don't think we all that, because pride is hateful before man and the Most High. We got to humble ourselves. He heard our mournings. He heard our cries and gave you manna to eat. So you did eat angels' bread. When you were thirsty, we heard the same thing in Psalms 78. When you were thirsty, see, this is what the Most High like. He like for us to recognize him. When you were thirsty, that I is the Most High. Did I not cleave the rock? And waters flowed out to your field? For the heat, I covered you with the leaves of the trees. That I is the Most High, y'all. Here he is again. I divided among you. That I is the Most High. A fruitful land. I cast out the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Philistines before you. What shall I yet do more for you? Said the Most High. But thus said the Almighty Power. When you were in the wilderness, in the river of the Amorites, being the thirst, and blasphemed my name, you hear this? When we got thirsty, we started to blaspheme the name of the Most High. He said, blaspheming my name. I gave you not fire for your blasphemies. Plural. Doing it over and over and over again. 40 years we went around that wilderness, y'all. He said, I gave you not fire for your blasphemies, but cast a tree in the water and made the river sweet. What shall I do unto you, O Jacob? Thou Judah, would have not obeyed me. I will turn me to other nations, and unto those will I give my name, that they may keep my statutes. Seeing ye have forsaken me, I will forsake you also. When you desire me to be gracious unto you, I shall have no mercy upon you. Mercy is not getting something you do deserve to get. He's going to give us just what we deserve to get from him. So I shall have no mercy upon you. Whensoever ye shall call upon me, I will not hear you. But ye have defiled your hands with blood, and your feet are swift to commit manslaughter. Ye have not, as it were, forsaken me. We ain't forsake the Most High. He said, but your own selves, said the Most High. It's cold. That's a cold, that's cold right there. He said, you ain't just forsake me. He said, but your own self have you forsaken. Hosea 4:1. That's why I said, when we look at what it is that our people have been programmed and thinking, this feel good thing, man. And when you look at, if you really can't feel what it is that he just said, you're not spiritual at all. If you can't feel that, but how we get him, not only that, look, maybe you need something else to feel. I just want you to know the Most High. I just want you to know what we did. And how much we got to really repent and really, feel for him. Zechariah, the 7th chapter. Let's start at verse 8. And word of the Most High came unto Zechariah, saying, thus speaketh the Most High, the same Most High we've been talking about of hosts, only this is the Most High power of angels here. Hosts mean angels, army of angels, saying, execute true judgment, and show mercy and compassion every man to his brother. Didn't the Most High just say he gave us mercies, plural, many times? Many times. He wants us to show mercy and compassions every man to his brother, not hating on each other, and oppress not the widow, nor the fatherless, the stranger, nor the poor, and let none of you imagine evil against his brother in your heart. He always got to tell us this, to love thy neighbor as thyself. Always got to tell us to love each other, because we rebellious and we don't care about each other, no. Verse 11, but they refused to hearken. Hear that? We refused to hearken, we refused to listen. Therefore, we hated our brother in our heart, in our mind. We refused to listen. That means hearken. And pulled away the shoulder and stopped their ears that they should not hear. Now, he sent the prophets to tell us this. Love your brother. Stop hating on each other. As we're saying now, why y'all got to hate on each other? Y'all don't even know each other. Just know of someone and you hating on them. Haters, man. But they refuse to listen. They refuse to hearken. That means listen. And pulled away the shoulder and stopped their ears that they should not hear. Yeah, they made their hearts, which is their minds, what they thought, as an adamant stone, cold-blooded, lest they should hear the law. This is the law, y'all. And blessed are they that keep his commandments, which is his laws, lest they should hear the law In the words which the Most High, power of hosts, power of army of angels, has sent in his spirit by the form of prophets. Therefore came a great wrath from the Most High power of hosts. Therefore came a great wrath on us, the Israelites, because we ain't listened. Therefore it has come to pass that as he cried, as we made the Most High cry, you hear that? We made the Most High cry. We made the Most High cry. As he cried, and they would not hear, so they cried, and I will not hear, said the Most High power of hosts. He cried. We made him cry. Because he's saying the same thing. You see, you say the same thing over and over and over again. We spiritual ADHD to the max, man. You're saying the same thing pretty much over and over again that you hear. That's why he said, therefore it has come to pass that as he cried, we made him cry. And they would not listen. We didn't want to hear. So they cried. This is the only time the Most High had pity on us. He said, remember he said, in one place, 2 Corinthians 1:19, then had I pity upon your mournings, your cries, and gave you manna to eat. So you did eat angels' food. He heard our cry. But he said, hey, therefore it has come to pass, Zechariah 7:13, that as he cried, we made the Most High cry, y'all. They would not hear. So they cried. And I would not hear, said the Most High power of hosts. We cried. The Most High said, I ain't here. He didn't hear us. What did he do? But I scattered them with a whirlwind among all the nations, whom they knew not. Thus the land was desolate after them, that no man passed through, no return, but they laid the present land desolate. And that's real, y'all. Miles and miles and miles and miles of nothing but pretty and beautiful dirt. Not no weeds growing on it. I just wonder, how our land really looked when it was like during the time of King Solomon. Like how did our cities look? Don't have there's no imagination of that. You say he laid the land desolate. We don't see any, footage of how it was when we actually was in our land, like King David, King Solomon. They can make up something, but you really don't have anything to show when, I'm talking about the cities, like how it really look, us living, because it's all desolate, like you're saying right here, man. It's cold, man. But one day we're going to understand. Now let's look at Hosea 4:1. Hosea 4:1. We made the Most High cry, man. That's why I say he scattered us in a whirlwind. But he told us going to do that before you go to Deuteronomy 28 and read verse 15. And then we're going to jump to verse 64. He told us this. Deuteronomy 28, we're in the wilderness in verse 15. But it shall come to pass, he tell us in the future, if thou wilt not hearken, listen unto the voice of the Most High, thy power, your power, speaking to us, the Israelites, to observe to do all his commandments and his statute which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee, right? So verse 64, tell me it ain't what he just said. Deuteronomy 28:64, and the Most High shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there we go amongst these other nations. thou shalt serve other gods. Like these religions that we have, that our people are caught up in now, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. You mean to tell me at this time that the Most High given us these curses, blessings and curses, but it's little, very little blessings. But from 15 to 68, all the curses befell us as a people, only us. He said we're gonna serve wood and stone. That's Christianity, Christian sanity, and Buddha and the black stone, Islam, and all that. You know, secular religions, Christian sanity, and you know, the stone. The wood is the Christian sanity, and the stone is Buddha. You know, the rock of Islam, going around the cobblestone, all that stuff, man. We doing all that. You name it, we involved in it. He said he's gonna do it. That's what he done. That's why I say put a whirlwind. That's what he did to us. I mean, look, go to Jeremiah 30. No, that's all right. Go to Luke 21 and go to Luke 21, 21st chapter. Masha warned us about this in verse 24. Luke 21:24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captive into all nations. Sound familiar? What he told us going to happen to us if we didn't keep the commandments of the Most High. We didn't do what he said do. So we're going to be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, these other nations, until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And we see that right now. They're over there in our land. But we scattered among these nations, as is written. Now, Hosea 4:1. Being a bunch of robots and robot teased, spiritual puppets, hypnotized, bewitched in naughtiness. Our brains been polluted. Come on, man. We in spiritual darkness. That's why we got to be the light. Somebody got to be the light that's shining bright to bring our people out of this, man. And we got to try harder. How we going to make it if we ain't really praising the Most High? His name is jealous. It's the only way we're going to get out of here. Y'all have another way? Y'all have some other way? Y'all got another way beside him? I'd like to know, man. Hosea 4:1 say, hear the word of the Most High. Ye children of Israel, talking to we the 12 tribes of Israel, but the Most High has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, where we are scattered in. Why? Because there is no truth. We know the truth is Psalms 119, 142. We can sing together, class. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. Mark that. Click that. Nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. See? No truth, the laws and the commandments of the Most High not in the land. Mercy is not in the land, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. You gotta look at this. Who talking about the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? Talk to me. I'm not talking about what the Most High telling us as Israelites. I'm talking about him. Sad, man. Hosea, just went Hosea. Go to Hosea 11:7. This is real, y'all. Even without looking at what it is that I'm bringing forth in the spirit, I ask the Most High to lead me, guide me, and direct me, and correct me, and do the things that he feels is necessary for myself and our nation. Look here, Hosea 11:7. If my people are bent to backsliding from me, that's all we've heard so far. It's not much that you're going to read in this Bible that we sow into the Most High, that we sow into Him. You're not going to see that much. That's why I say these preachers, these teachers, ministers, whatever they call themselves, they're not dealing with this Bible is talking about. Because we have broken the laws of the Most High. They just say we're not under. Because they're saying, teaching our people that they're Gentiles when we the Israelites. We're not no Gentiles. We just read how Israel was going to be trodden around by the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. That's their time. It's their time now. But listen, if my people, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, are bent to backsliding from me, you hear that? We bent on backsliding from the Most High. Not doing what He said do, His rules and regulations. Though they called them to the Most High, though they called Him to the Most High, none at all would exalt Him. Though they called them to the Most High, none at all would exalt Him. Gotta see this, man. Before I even knew about Hosea 11:7, I'm telling y'all, because I've been really bent on praising the Most High, because they saying APTTMH. Acronym. How you dealing with the Most High? Really, from all that we have seen that He said to us so far, I'm not talking about you latecomers, I'm talking about you that's been here from the beginning, hearing, and even if you was here to hear what we made them cry. I know everybody was here to hear that we made them cry. And we always went against Him until this day. And we talking about praising the Most High. Y'all talking about all praises to who? To who? But you love Him. He got to do whatever you want Him to do. But He said what He said. And my people, that's we the children of Israel, are bent to backsliding from me, from the Most High. That's why I say you have to be spiritual to see the things that are spiritual in this Bible. And you're not going to be able to do what it is you're supposed to do if you're not spiritual. You're going to allow the devil to come in and have you think wrong. Therefore, you're going to speak wrong, say the wrong thing, then you're going to act wrong. Or you're going to think wrong and act wrong, either or. That's why I say we bent to backsliding from Him. Though they called them to the Most High, none at all would exalt Him. You get that? When you love Him, then it bothers you to see just TMH. It bothers you to see APTTMH. When anybody from one West, I'm talking to you leaders, you know, we say, who's the power? You know what to say. We said that. We grew up in that. How's the power? But now, none at all would exalt Him. Who's exalting Him? I've been asking for months. I ask people all the time. I'm gonna ask them tomorrow. You know the Most High? Hear what they say? Nope. What about you? You know the Most High? Nope. How come they don't know the Most High? Because ain't nobody talking about him. Ain't nobody teaching about him enough. Man, I don't know how y'all think we're getting out of here. Ecclesiasticus, I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you over and over again. You got a better way than him? And some of you you're so caught up in logic or however you want to think you're thinking the wrong way. This is a simple thing, man. It's real easy. But see, we have such a deep spirit that we can't even see what it is that is so simple. That's why I call it the simplicity of a Mashiach. Y'all want to have this deep spirit, but really, in essence, I mean, I don't know. He said, hey, none at all would exalt him. Hear what he said? Ecclesiastes 43, 29, and 30. All I can tell you, I'm a catalyst to the future in the present. Will you hear me or not? I'm a catalyst to the future in the present. Ecclesiastes 43, 29. The Most High is terrible. He's terrible and very great and marvelous in his power. Most High is terrible and very great and marvelous in his power. This is what it says. When you glorify the Most High, exalt him as much as you can. But even yet, will he far exceed. And when you exalt him, he say, put forth all your strength. I know all praise to the Most High. Then you're going to honor whoever your leader is, whoever your pastor is, your minister. You know, when you look at the church, what they have on the wall? Founded by Reverend Ram. That's all that matters. Ain't no exaltation of the Most High on them churches' walls. Where is that? Huh? Because they don't believe in the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Or prove me wrong. Like talk about nobody exalting the Most High, man. That's why he said what? When you glorify the Most High, what did he say? He already said, none at all would exalt him. I'm waiting on the videos. What are the videos? Just talk about the Most High only. Come up to the mic. You want the link? I got about what, 3 hours? Okay, something happened. I asked about come forth and bring forth the Most High. Everything shut down, huh? Okay, spiritual, y'all. Ain't got no power over the Most High. That's what I'm talking about. Ecclesiastes 43. I'm just talking about, you know, the Most High. Like we just read about I. That was the Most High. That's what I'm talking about. The I. That's the Most High. About him. Listen, Ecclesiastes 43 and 30. When ye glorify the Most High, exalt him as much as you can. For even yet will he far exceed. And when you exalt him, put forth all your strength and be not weary. But ye can never, hear this, you can never go far enough. Our people, who have seen him, that he might tell us? Who's seen the Most High that can tell us? And who can magnify him as he is? There are yet here greater things than these be. But we have seen but a few of his works. Even the works that we talked about so far, we could have continued on in Psalm 78 chapter and so forth in Ezra. For the Most High have made all things, and to the righteous have he given wisdom. That's why a lot of people can't really grasp, wisdom is the proper application of knowledge. The proper knowledge has been gathered, and people don't have wisdom because he said he give the righteous hath he given wisdom. This ain't for everybody. And you look at it, it's like, okay, well, who really gonna pay attention? Who really care? Who really care? Let's go to the book of Tobit. So we can find some in the book of Tobit. The 13th chapter. Let's get something here in the book of Tobit. I love this. Tobit 13. And we're going to start at verse 3. Tobit in the Apocrypha 13 and 3. Confess him before the Gentiles. We scattered among the Gentiles who say, confess the Most High before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel. For he has scattered us among them. We done read about 3 places where he says he scattered us in this lesson. There, among the Gentiles, since we are among the Gentiles, declare his greatness. You hear this? As we among these Gentiles say, there declare his greatness and extol him before all the living. Is that happening? No. Extol, exalt the Most High, praise the Most High before all the living. So he is our power. That our is a personal possessive pronoun showing ownership. He's our power, the children of Israel. And he is the power of our Father forever. You hear that? He the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob forever. And he will scourge us for our iniquity. Plural. He gonna get us for our iniquities, for our sins, our wickedness, our evil, things that we do against him, his laws, statutes, and commandments. And will have mercy again. And will gather us out of all nations, among whom he has scattered us, because we broke the laws of the Most High, like he told us in Deuteronomy 64, 28 and 64, verse 54, that he was going to do. If ye turn to him, you turn to the Most High with your whole heart, which is your whole mind, your whole thoughts, and with your whole mind, and deal uprightly before him, then will he turn unto you and will not hide his face from you. Therefore, see what he will do with you, and confess him with your whole mouth, and praise the Most High, power of might, and extol the everlasting King. In the land of my captivity do I praise him. Hear this? That's why I'm praising the Most High in the land of my captivity. Are you? Hmm? Say, hey, in the land of my captivity will I praise the Most High. Will I praise him and declare his might and majesty to a sinful nation. That's us, y'all. All ye sinners, turn and do justice before him. Who can tell if he will accept you and have mercy on you? I will extol my power, and my soul shall praise the King of heaven and shall rejoice in his greatness. Let all men speak. Let all praise him for his righteousness. Y'all hear this? You hear this? Y'all better learn to say praise the Most High. Praise the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You better learn to say it, man. Let all men speak, and let all praise him for his righteousness. O Jerusalem, the holy city, he will scourge thee for thy children's works, what we done in wickedness being in our homeland, and will have mercy again on the sons of the righteous. Give praise to the Most High. How many times you got to say that? Did y'all hear what he's saying? That we're not doing as a nation? Give praise to the Most High. But he is good. He's the only one good. And praise the everlasting King. That his tabernacle may be builded indeed again with joy. And let him make joyful there indeed those that are captives. We the captives, y'all. That's why you do what he say do. You're gonna have joy, man. And let him make joyful them there and thee those that are captives, and love in thee forever those that are miserable. Well, there's a whole lot of miserable people, but they can be made joyful. Many nations shall come from far to the name of the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob with gifts. Listen at this. With gifts in their hands, even gifts to the King of heaven. All generations shall praise thee with great joy. I'm telling y'all, you got to jumpstart before this happens. It's going to happen, though, because the Most High is not a man should lie. Cursed are all they which hate thee. Cursed are all they that hate thee. And blessed shall all be which love thee forever. Come on. Rejoice and be glad for the children of the just. They shall be gathered together and shall bless the Most High of the just. Come bless the Most High, y'all. Oh, blessed are they which love thee, for they shall rejoice in thy peace. Blessed are they which have been sorrowful for all thy scourges, all the butt whoopers we done took for breaking the Most High's commandments. For they shall rejoice for thee when they have seen all thy glory. They shall be glad forever. Gonna be happy forever. Understand overstand this, man. The future looks very great. Let my soul bless the Most High, the King, the great King. For Jerusalem shall be built up with sapphires. This is how it's going to be built up with sapphires and emeralds and precious stone. Thy walls and towers and battlements with pure gold. And the streets of Jerusalem shall be paved with beryl and carbuncle, and stones of Ophir. But this is precious stones, man. The streets, not no uh asphalt. For in all her streets shall say, all praise to the Most High, and they shall praise him. You hear that? And they shall praise him, saying, blessed to be the Most High, which have extolled it forever. Come on, man. All praise to the Most High, man. That's good news right there. All praise to the Most High. Yes. But you got to be ready for that future. That's why I say you have opportunity to work toward that future. That's why it told us in Revelation 21:4. This is what he said. And the Most High shall wipe away. Revelation 21:4 say, and the Most High shall wipe away. Remember, say those that are miserable, Most High gonna wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain. Oh yeah, for the former things are passed away. Hear that? And he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. All praise to the Most High. Yeah, I love this. But this just for the remnant. It's just for the remnant. It's not for all our people. That's why when you understand what this Bible is talking about, and you look in here and really, look at how we are and how we've been and how we are now and how it's going to be in the future, then hey, you can compare everything that you see in this world to this Bible, man. The word of the Most High. Deuteronomy the 9th chapter. Verse 4. It says, speak not thou in thine heart, after that the Most High thy power have cast them out from before all these nations that he cast out, 7 nations mightier than us, Hamite nations that he cast out before us. So you don't even think in your mind, saying, for my righteousness, the Most High have brought me in to possess this land. And we can't think, for our righteousness, the Most High gonna bring us into the kingdom. But for the wickedness of these nations, hear what he said? But for the wickedness of these nations, the things they were doing are so wicked, the Most High does drive them out from before thee. Not for your righteousness, not for our righteousness, or for the uprightness of thine heart or mine, dost thou go to possess their land. But for the wickedness of these nations, the Most High thy power does drive them out from before thee. You got to look at how the wickedness that is in this earth now is going to come to an end. The Most High he's looking at it, and he said, hey, they're thinking that, the Most High not looking at them because of the fact that he's long suffering. But he's going to bring forth the kingdom to the Israelites, not for our righteousness' sake, because we can't even declare we righteous. Because we got to be taught 1,000 years of who? Who we got to be taught 1,000 years of? If I might ask. About this being an Israelite? Who we got to be taught 1,000 years of? The Most High. So it ain't because of our righteousness. We're just doing the best we can. That's why I say certain things. It's like he the one that determined when righteousness coming on this earth. He the one that determined when the kingdom coming to the Israelites. They asked him in Masha Sarah and Acts 1 and 6, are you going to restore the kingdom to Israel? And he said, hey, only the Most High know. Only the Most High know until this day. So if he don't want to know, and you ain't exalting him, I mean, don't take a rocket science and figure this. Little children can figure this out. But we looking the wrong way, man. Like you say, backsliding from him. We backsliding from him. He's the power. He's the power. He the one, not us. Listen, he said, verse 5, not for thy righteousness or for the uprightness of thine heart dost thou go to possess their land. It ain't gonna be because our righteousness for the uprightness of our minds that we're gonna go to possess the land that he gonna put us in, that he gonna place us in for the kingdom, in the kingdom. Dost thou go to possess their land. But for the wickedness of these nations, the Most High thy power does drive them out from before thee, and that he may perform the word which the Most High sware unto thy fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Understand therefore that the Most High thy power giveth thee not this good land to possess it for thy righteousness, but thou art a stiff-necked people. Come on. Get it? Say he ain't giving us the land for our righteous folks' sake, because we are stiff-necked people. And we still got to be taught 1,000 years in our kingdom as the Israelites of the Most High. Let's jump up to verse 12. And the Most High said unto me, arise, get thee down quickly from hence. This is Moses dealing with the Most High. He said, arise, get thee down quickly from here. But thy people, hear what he said, for thy people, your people, it ain't even his people no more. He always say, my people. You hear what he said to Moses? Your people, they ain't his people. We ain't his people now. Say, your people. And that's how it is. Y'all can look at it how you want to. You don't know who you're praying to. Straight up. Because he said, your people, which thou hast brought forth out of Egypt, as we were talking about all day, have corrupted themselves. They are quickly turned aside out of the way, which I commanded them. They have made them a molten image, a molten calf, man. Furthermore, the Most High spake unto me, saying, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. He said that the second time. Let me alone, that I may destroy them and blot out their name from under heaven. You hear that? That's the Most High speaking. Let me alone, that I may destroy them. Talk about us, we the Israelites, and blot out their name from under heaven. This is what he said. And I will make of thee, that's Moses, said, I will make of you, Moses, a nation mightier and greater than they. Come on. That's what the Most High said. He said he'll make a nation of Moses, from Moses, that one man. He said mightier and greater than we were. Remember, his ways and thoughts, not our ways and thoughts. He can do whatever he want to do. Who is it that know the mind of the Most High to say he ain't going to do it? He won't do that. You got people that say, when you say a nation, did he say he's going to make a group? Huh? They're not talking tonight. Did he say he's going to make a group? Did he say he's going to make an organization? Huh? A movement? What did he say? He said, I'll make a nation. We a nation, y'all. We 12 nations that make up one nation. The 12 tribes of Israel. Look what he told. Look at John the Baptist told us. Matthew 3 and 9. It's real serious, y'all. I mean, I don't know. I think Israel got a big head to think that they can speak for the Most High, man. I pray that the Most High don't do this. Matthew 3 and 9. Watch what he verse 8. He said, bring forth therefore fruit, meet right for repentance. And think not to say within yourselves, we have Abraham for our father. For I said to you, it's not this closer, y'all, that the Most High is able of these stones to raise up children unto Abraham. And that's serious. He said, and now also the axe is laid under the root of the trees. That axe is laid on the root of the trees, not at the bottom of the tree, but the root of the trees. Therefore, every tree which bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. So every tree, every man that don't bring forth good fruit, gonna be cast into the fire, man. That fruit, that corrupt fruit, and coming from that corrupt tree, the roots gonna be. He didn't say the bottom of the tree trunk. The roots. You cut if you that axe is cutting up those roots. Ain't no lineage. Ain't nobody coming from that tree. And those trees he talking about, it's hip talk, but it's talking about men. It's talking about men. Look at Psalms, the first chapter. Verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the unrighteous, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, going against the Most High's truth. But his delight is in the law of the Most High. So everybody's delight is not in the law of the Most High. Some of you say we ain't even under the law. You ain't got to do what he say do. That's what you telling the Most High. He wrote with his finger, you giving him your middle finger. But this man, his delight gonna be in the law of the Most High. And in his law does he meditate day and night. Listen, this man that he's talking about, and he shall be us like a tree. See, he could be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. A tree planted by the rivers of water is going to be very fruitful. That bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. Hear this? Whatever he do going to prosper because he meditating and doing the laws of the Most High day and night. The unrighteous are not so, but are like the shaft which the wind driveth away. The shaft is the part of the wheat that the wind just blow away, good for nothing. Therefore, the unrighteous shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. See that? They're not going to be with the righteous. Those that are sinners, those that are breaking the laws and the commandments of the Most High, ain't going to listen to that. That's your religion, all that. They're not going to be in the congregation of the righteous. For the Most High knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the unrighteous shall perish. Straight up. The way of the unrighteous is going to perish, y'all. For real, for real. Micah 2 and 10. Micah 2 and 10. That's why no way, shape, or form are you going to find that you can just do whatever you want to do and it's okay with the Most High. That's why they don't deal with the complete Bible. Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, but this is not your rest. You know? He said, arise and depart from the way of wickedness, y'all. But this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you. You know? This place is polluted. He said, it shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. I mean, when you look at it, Isaiah 47, this place polluted, right? He said, look, Isaiah 47. And it's talking about the virgin daughter of Babylon, which represents the Edomites. If I need to prove that, let me prove that. Go to Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust. It's to be at a low estate, O virgin daughter of Babylon, right? Sit on the ground. There was no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, but thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate, right? So we're looking at who this virgin daughter of Babylon. And I said, Edomites, we're going to prove it. Psalm 137. Seven through 9. Remember, O Most High, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. Now, when the real Babylonians under King Nebuchadnezzar took we, the children of Israel, into captivity for 70 years, David prophesying about what would happen when that happened. He said, remember, O Most High, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. So what does the Edomites do? What does so-called white man do? When we went and captured under the Babylonians, they tell you, we here to see who this virgin daughter of Babylon is. Like I tell you, it's the Edomites, so-called white man. First Ezra 4:45. See what they did. First Ezra 4:45. See, thou also have vowed to build up the temple, which the Edomites burned when Judea was made desolate by the Chaldees. You understand that? Chaldees, Ethiopians, Babylonians, Cushites, all the same people, so-called Ethiopians, Hamites. So David is prophesying concerning the daughter of Edom. The Edomites are going to tell you. Daughter of Babylon. Psalms 137:7 again. Remember, O Most High, the children of Edom. That's the topic. We trying to find out who this virgin daughter of Babylon is in Isaiah 47 chapter. King David letting us know right here. Remember, O Most High, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. We just read what they do. They burnt our temple down. They always wanted to keep us from the Most High. That's what this is all about, y'all. To keep us from the Most High. Period. What did he say? O daughter of Babylon. See that? Remember, O Most High, verse 7, the children of Edom. Who are they? O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed. Happy shall it be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall it be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Because that's what happened to us, y'all. What happened to our children? That's what they did to our children. I mean, it's all here. I mean, that's why I say, with knowing the prophecies of what's going to happen in the future, everybody should be on point, man. They should be right on point. Look, Nahum 3:10. Nahum 3:10, you say, dash they little ones against stone, right? Look what they did to us. Yet was she carried away. She went into captivity. We the children of Israel. Her young children also were dashed in pieces at the top of all the streets. Her young children also were dashed in pieces at the top of all the streets. And they cast lots, bid it for us, for her honorable men. and all her great men were bound in chains. See, so that happened to us. So without a shadow of a doubt, without going into more than what they did in burning down our temples, we've proven that the daughter of Babylon is the Edomites, right? So now going back to Isaiah 47, to show you that he polluted us, man. We're polluted. And verse 6, so I was wroth with my people, children of Israel. I have polluted mine inheritance. See that? He said he polluted us and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Unto the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. That's why the judgment's coming. It's got to come. Came on us. Everybody got to pay. I mean, 2/3 of our people got to pay too. Micah 2 and 10. So you see, the Most High polluted us by giving us to the nations. You want to see some more how he polluted us? How we polluted ourselves, really. He polluted us by giving us us. He said, hey, don't have nothing to do with them. But we did. While we all jacked up. Because he said he gave us clear commandments. And see, we chose, like he said, we stiff-necked. To this day, man, we stiff-necked. First Ezra. First Ezra, the 8th chapter. We're going to book it at about 69. That's how we polluted ourselves too. The nation of Israel, First Ezra 8:69. Nation of Israel, the princes, the priests, and Levites have not put away from them the strange people of the land, nor the pollutions of the Gentiles. That's how we polluted ourselves. We didn't put away the pollutions of the Gentiles, to wit, of the Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Jebusites, and the Moabites. All those first ones was Hamite nations, so-called Africans. The Moabites, Chinese, Egyptians, that's more so-called Africans, Hamites, and Edomites, so-called white people. For both they and their sons have married with their daughters. That's how we polluted ourselves. Pollutions of the Gentiles. Ain't that what it just said? I ain't write it. But it's right there. For both they and their sons have married with their daughters. And the holy seed is mixed with the strange people of the land. And from the beginning of this matter, the rulers and the great men have been partakers of this iniquity. This is what Ezra did. That's wicked, as he said. That's evil. He said, and as soon as I heard these things, I rent my clothes, tore his clothes and the holy garment, and pulled off the hair from off his head. He said, off my head and beard, and sat me down sad and very heavy. You can continue to read that whole chapter. That whole chapter is good, that you know. But we're going to go to First Ezra 9 and 7. So Ezra rose up and said unto them, ye have transgressed the law. Hear this? You have broken the laws of the Most High. You have transgressed the law in marrying strange wives, thereby to increase the sins of Israel. That's why America, this great melting pot, is against the laws of the Most High. So what did they do? Verse 36. All these had taken strange wives, and they put them away with their children. They put them away with their children. Verse 38. And the whole multitude came together with one accord into the broad place of the holy porch toward the east. And they spake unto Ezra the priest and reader, that he would bring the law of Moses that was given of the most high power of Israel, right? So Ezra then brought the law of Moses, what we can look at in Deuteronomy real quick. Deuteronomy 7:3. This is what he's telling them. It's the law. Deuteronomy 7:3. These shall thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. This no interracial marriages. But they would turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. Going to all right now, going to all these different religions or whatever they're dealing with. So the anger of the Most High be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. Destroy us for doing this. But thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars and break down their images and cut down their groves and burn their graven images with fire. But thou art an holy people unto the Most High. The Most High thy power hath chosen thee, we the Israelites, to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. That's real. We are special people. We special with righteousness. We special in wickedness too, man. Understand this. Somebody got this special classes for us. Colossians 2:8. Colossians 2:8. Special ed. Don't they have special ed classes for us? And we special in a real way. Ain't nobody like us. You know, even if we slow, I bet you can find something in the ones that's slow. That's phenomenal. Bet you that. It'll always be that one. Colossians 2:8. Beware lest any, because we special in a real way. He said, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. Vain deceit. But we love lies, remember? We love lies. But we've been fooled through their philosophy and vain deceit. After tradition of men, hear that? That's what we're dealing with, the tradition of men. After the rudiments of the world and not after Mashiach. You know? That's why, I mean, you can't be like this world, man. You gotta look at it. You love this world, man. You're gonna die with this world, especially if you've been called. If you've been called to be able to learn this truth, 1 John 2:15. 1 John 2:15. To love not the world. These are the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that's in the world, the lust of the flesh, supposed to make you carnal. And the lust of the eyes, whatever you see, whatever you desire, these desires, these wants, this flesh. And the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passes away. And the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of the Most High, he that do the commandments of the Most High, abideth forever. Oh, yeah. James 4:4. Can't get no clearer than what he's saying. It's pretty self-explanatory. He said, hey, you adulterers, you that go against the Most High, you men that go against the Most High, serving other gods, and you that's out there sleeping with somebody else's woman, and you women and adulteresses, you women that's sleeping with another man, if you married, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? The friendship of this world, when you all into the world, you ain't into this truth. You have war with the Most High, he's saying. You love the things of the world more than you love what it is that you operate in the truth. And you can never say you're bored. It's too much to learn. Too much to learn. You can go through this all day long. Just like you have a job, you can do this all day long. Take a break, come back and do it all day long again. Another shift. 8 hours, take a break, 8 hours, take a break, 8 hours, however you want to do it. Another 8 hours. That's 24 hours, right? 8 times 4, 24. Take a little break here, there, whatever. It's too much to learn, straight up. That's why he already gave the consoles out. It's just who really desire to know more, you know, or just whatever it is that you go get, whatever, you know. I got over 7,000 videos, so it's like I'll be trying to think of something new. Nobody have anything to add to say, okay, what about this? What about that? So whatever, man. You know, certain things I think is private that if it was for everybody to know, it would be written so everybody would know it. But those that would like to know can know. But those that don't, you just deal with whatever it is that you receive. James 4:4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High. Man. You won't be no enemy of the Most High. You definitely don't want to be an enemy of the Most High. Or something that's saying, because look, let me see if I don't think I put it in here. Let's, hold up. You want to be the enemy of the Most High? If you want to. Let me see. Go to St. John, the 10th chapter. Oh, yeah. Okay, now go to St. John, the 10th chapter, verse 29. It says, my Father, which gave them me, that me is Mashiach Yahushua, and the Father is the Most High Power, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, which gave us a Mashiach Yahushua, is greater than all. And no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand, right? That's why I say, you at war with the Most High? You the enemy of the Most High? Hebrews 10:31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. You hear that? Say you, my child say, hey, ain't nobody that'll pluck you out of the Most High's hand. Once the Most High got you, you're done. Look, Wisdom of Solomon 16:15. Wisdom of Solomon 15 and 16. But it is not possible to escape thine hand. You hear that? It is not possible to escape the hand of the Most High once he got you in his hand. That's why, hey, you got to listen to what he say. Do what he say do. Tobit 13:2. Go to the book of Tobit 13:2. But he does scourge. It's the Most High. He does scourge and have mercy. I mean, not give us what we deserve to get. He leadeth down to hell and bringeth up again. Neither is there any that can avoid his hand. You hear that? Neither is there any that can avoid his hand. That's why, we went over this earlier about confessing the Most High and praising the Most High sincerely with all your might, all your strength. From there, we're gonna look at 2 Corinthians, the 6th chapter. No, 2 Timothy's. Salakia. 2 Timothy's, the 6th chapter. I guess I got to go there. Sometimes I'll call out scriptures in the spirit. I'll be asking most to roll me in the spirit. Sometimes I'll call out scriptures. I gotta go and look at it. Is that right? First, uh, that's not it. Can't be that. Um, um, Scratch that. Let's go to Hosea 4 and 6. Hosea 4 and 6. Hosea 4 and 6. Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And knowledge is the gathering of the right information. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou should be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, which is the Most High's laws that he wrote with his finger. That's your power. I will also forget thy children. See? You said, don't forget the children. The children. Verse 3 says, therefore shall the land mourn, and every one that dwelleth therein shall languish, gonna be crying with the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven. Yeah, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. Everything taken away from us, man. Why? Verse 1, hear the word of the Most High, ye children of Israel. For the Most High had a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. Why? Why you got a problem with us? Why you got a controversy with the children of Israel? Because there is no truth. And we know the truth class is Psalms 119, 142. That righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, that law is the truth. No mercy, no knowledge of the Most High in the land. Hear that? No knowledge of the Most High in the land. Where's it at? Where's the knowledge of the Most High in the land at? Hmm? You didn't heard what he said. If you late coming in, go back and rewind. Go back and look at the beginning of this class and hear what it is that he's saying to us. No knowledge of the Most High in the land, God. Not enough. Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28 chapter from 15 to 68 are the curses that befell us as the children of Israel, because we didn't follow the laws and the commandments of the Most High. So therefore, all these curses befell us as a people, man. Look at Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Therefore, shalt thou serve thine enemies, not your friends, which the Most High shall send against thee, in hunger, want something to eat, you got to get it from your enemy. And in thirst, you want some water, you got to get it from your enemy. And in nakedness, you want clothes, you got to get it from your enemies. And in want of all things, whatever you want, you got to get it from your enemies. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, which he did in his captivity, slavery, and bondage. He had that yoke of iron around our neck with some bells going out. When you run, you can have the trees planted real close together, so you get caught in the trees and so forth. Especially when we go down south, you see that you see the trees right next to each other. Be running next thing you know, you caught up in them trees, man. He put a yoke of iron upon our neck until he have destroyed thee, until he could take it off, and now we destroy it. The Most High shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth. What nation, superpower, came on the earth after July 4th, 1776? This is the end of the earth right here. As swift as the eagle flyeth. What's their symbol? The eagle, the bald eagle. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. A nation of fierce countenance. We didn't understand their language. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, like we read in Isaiah 47:6, nor show favor to the young people, because we broke the commandments of the Most High. That's why they're in power. Isaiah 29:10. It's our fault. For the Most High have poured upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and have closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, have he covered. He closed their eyes, man. That's why they're in gross darkness and don't care to come out of it. That's what's so sad. They don't care to come out of it. And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book, this Bible, that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned. You might have triple master, you might have a doctorate degree, you know, one that's learned. They've been through all the cemetery schools they offer you to learn what this Bible is talking about. Saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot, but it is sealed. And the book, the Bible, is delivered to him that is not learned. He ever went to school to learn anything, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I am not learned. Wherefore the Most High said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth, and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart, their minds far from me. And their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men. And that's all they're dealing with. Precept here, precept there. He said they draw near me with their mouth, and their lips do honor me. All praise to the Most High. Sometimes they even saying that. They're saying all praises. And y'all typing in on the text is APTTMH. You ain't even saying, you ain't praising the Most High. People that don't know what APTTMH mean, when they come over there, you think they know that means all praise to the Most High? No. That's why they call us a cult. You can't even type out all praise to the Most High. And y'all can't even say all praise to the Most High, all praises. Come on, man. Go back and give this lesson to your leaders, whoever you under. Let the Most High talk to them. But that's all I've been showing you what he said, primarily. That's why the fear toward the Most High is taught by the precept of men. Period. Matthew 15. Matthew 15. So, man, better learn to praise the Most High. So you hypocrites, you saying do this and don't do it yourself. Well, did Isaiah prophesy of you saying, where's he prophesying, preachers? This people draw nigh unto me with their mouth and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. How you going to show anybody in your congregation what am I saying here if you ain't dealing with the Old Testament? From what we just read, where it came from. He just quoting what we just read. Con, that's what he's doing. Ye hypocrites. Well did Isaiah prophesy of you, saying, this people draw nigh unto me with their mouth and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. Their mind is far from them. But in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrine the commandments of men. As it is this day. Hosea 5:5. Hosea 5:5. 5:15. Hosea 5:15. Hosea 5:15. I will go and return to my place. Did they acknowledge their offense? You know? Moses said he's going to return to his place until we acknowledge our offense and seek my face, because he turned his face away from us. In their affliction, they will seek me early. See, when you understand that we have next forever and ever and ever as the Israelites, that remnant, and the elite know this, that's why the whole objective is to keep you from the Most High. That's why every time you look at, we have a day that we honor, like they're going to honor the 4th of July. What is the 4th of July about? The 4th of July is about them getting their independence from the British, from Britain. So we have days that we honor that are Mashiach Shai honor. Let me show you. Just in case some of you don't know, you don't know, like the Feast of Dedication in John 10:22. Look, and it was at Jerusalem, the Feast of the Dedication, and it was winter. And Mashiach Yahushua walked in the temple in Solomon's porch. Now, the people in the churches, y'all keeping that? The Feast of Dedication? It was winter. Or are you keeping Christmas? Think about it. He kept the Feast of Dedication. And generally it falls between the 11th month and the 12th month. In the 11th month, sometime you saw 11th month or the 12th month. It was winter. He kept the Feast of Dedication. And that's when you can read about that in the Greek Empire, when they destroyed our temple, as we read about them in the Babylonian, us going into captivity in the Babylonians, they burnt down our temple. In the Greek Empire, when they came in, they destroyed our temple, you know? And when we got it back through the Maccabees, then we celebrated the fact that we got our temple back. And we said, we're going to honor these days. It's just like 4th of July, so you understand. July 4th, 1776, right? Until this day, they're getting ready to celebrate it again. I think we're going to follow on the Sabbath this year. We celebrate the Feast of Dedication. Then we have, a couple of months from there, we have the Feast of, not the feast, but the Day of Nicanor. And then we have Purim, like the Day of Nicanor. In the next 2 days are Purim. We're getting the victory over our enemies. And all of them were Edomites that headed up trying to destroy us. Then we had a Day of Simon that we said we're going to honor, that we got the victory over our enemies because they were trying to wipe us out. That's in the Bible. But they're not going to teach you that. You see how much outside? He honored the Feast of Dedication right there in your face. Now, how come you're not honoring the Feast of Dedication? Because you ain't dealing with history. You ain't dealing with our story. You ain't dealing with what's real. How you Mashiach him? How you like him? Y'all say y'all Christian, y'all say y'all Christ-like. How you like him and you ain't doing what he do? And what he did? Come on. Make that make sense, man. Well, with that, so Moses said, I'm going to go to my place. We acknowledge our offense, how we offended him. And you go back to the beginning of this lesson, you'll see a lot of how we offended him, all the way to the point of making them cry. And we think we all that, man. We ain't nothing else we ought to be. But he told us, all of them that's really going to hear have ears to hear, eyes to see. Deuteronomy 28:1 and 2. You want to try to go into the kingdom? He told us this, man, Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken, listen, diligently unto the voice of the Most High thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Most High thy power, your power, Israelites, our power, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. That's the kingdom right there. For the remnant of the children of Israel, and all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Most High, thy power, your power. But he told us in verse 15, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken and you don't listen, and you go back to this lesson, you see that majority of the time, we didn't listen. We're stiff-necked people. We didn't listen like they don't want to listen today. Talk about they don't want to be in bondage again. They're doing what the Most High tell us to do. Come on, y'all better understand. But it shall come to pass, he tell us in the future, if thou wilt not hearken, listen unto the voice of the Most High, your power, thy power is your power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statute which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And that's what happened to us. We have been under these curses from verse 16 all the way to 68. That's a lot of curses, y'all. And nobody else can say that these curses be filled now in this world. From verse 16 all the way to 68, we the only ones that fit. No one else can say that. Trust and believe this. Look at Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. But thou art an holy people unto the Most High thy power. The Most High thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. How special? Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. How that sound? How are we holy people? What's holy? That's why I tell y'all it's very important to know these definitions of these words from the Bible. Romans 7 and 12. Wherefore the law is holy. This is how we be holy. Wherefore the law that the Most High wrote with his finger is holy, and the commandment holy and just and good. So that's how we holy. Only those that's keeping the commandments of the Most High. Deuteronomy 14 and 2. Only those that keeping the commandments of the Most High. But thou art an holy people. And those are those that are keeping the commandments and the laws of the Most High to be holy. For thou art an holy people unto the Most High thy power, your power. And the Most High have chosen thee, the Israelites, to be a peculiar people unto himself, above all nations that are upon the earth. You hear that? That's how the Most High chose us to be, above all nations that are upon the earth. And you know we're really, in essence, given the opportunity, we excel in everything that we put our hands to. Ecclesiastes 17:17. Listen at this. Let's see if you get some integration out of this. For in the division of the nations, you hear that? Division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people. But Israel is the Most High's portion. See? Israel is the Most High's portion. That's what he said in Exodus 4:22. And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus said the Most High, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. See? And I say unto thee, let my son go, that he may serve me. And if thou refuse to let him go, behold, I will slay thy son, even thy firstborn. That's when he let us go. Where the Most High went, sent on Mashak Yahushai as the top angel of the Most High, the destroyer, as we read about earlier, went through Egypt and killed all their firstborn males, everything. Killed them all. Let's see, if you don't know them in the Old Testament, how you know them? Tell you that. Go back and find them. We went over them earlier. 2 Timothy, 3rd chapter. It's a great chapter. Let's start at verse 1. This know also, that in the last days that we are in, y'all, perilous times shall come. Dangerous times gonna come. Gonna tell you. For men shall be lovers of their own selves. You see that? Conceited. Thinking they all that. Covetous. Desiring what everybody else have. Boasters, bragging about everything. Proud. Blasphemers. Disobedient to parents. Unthankful. Unholy. Not keeping the commandments of the Most High. You know, the first commandment, the first commandment of promise is to honor thy father and thy mother. They say unthankful. They're not thankful for the things that they get, even with this truth, man. You know, people don't appreciate what it is that they're getting. Unholy, without natural affection. That love that you keep telling us to have for each other. Truth breaker. So they're gonna do this, don't do it. False accusing, lying on people. Incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. Hear that? Despisers of those that are keeping the commandments of the Most High. Traitors. You think they're your brother? That you know they traitor go against you and ate your food, ate your drink, get everything. Traitors go against you. Heady, high-minded. Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High. Yeah, let's gotta do this, gotta do that. Let the world. You at war with the Most High. He told you in James 4 and 4. You're the enmity of the Most High. War with the Most High. You just friend of this world is the enemy of the Most High. But they love this world. They lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High. Even to the fact that you can't even give one day to the Most High. This is a Sabbath day. Lover of pleasures. Look. Can't even get this day up. So lustful. Say it's all right to have sex on the Sabbath. I'll beg your pardon. What? What? But that's our people. That's our people, man. Lover of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High. Ecclesiasticus 25:21. Double not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. What is that pleasure talking about? It's a desire her not for pleasure. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. But y'all don't think that pleasure is laying down having sexual intercourse with her? Come on, man. Loves of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High. To give him one day, 24 hours. His Sabbath day. Think about it. Y'all better hear what he's saying. This is real. Because a lot of y'all, man, y'all got to get off of that whatever type of lustful feeling and spirits y'all under. Look, Isaiah 58:13. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, this is the Most High day, from doing thy pleasure. What did it say? I don't know. Help me out, y'all. Maybe this don't mean having sex with a woman. Ecclesiasticus 25 and 21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, men, and desire her not for pleasure. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, that's my is the most high, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the most high, honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thine own ways. You gonna tell me, stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure? That ain't doing your own way, huh? On the most high's holy day, call the Sabbath delight, the holy of the most high, honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thine own ways. That ain't your own ways. Don't find thine own pleasure. You ain't having pleasure with the beauty of a woman. Come on. You just want one day. Not finding thine own pleasure, nor speaking thine own words. But in this word, man, 24 hours. He wants us to be in this word. This is his holy day. Say, then shalt thou delight thyself in the Most High, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father. For the mouth of the Most High has spoken it. Come on. Mouth of the Most High has spoken. Gotta let it go. Or you're gonna be in the high places of the Most High. Or make it mean something different. Maybe y'all can help me out. I know a little bit of something. Just a little bit. Maybe y'all can help me out on that one. Going back to 2 Timothy 3, verse 4. Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High. Can't say you love the Most High. He said not doing your pleasure twice, doing your own ways, not even speaking your own words, he said. Supposed to be in the scriptures. You see, other people don't know it. They'll just flock to anything. It looked good. Okay, well, everybody's over here, so they're going to go wherever the crowd go. Wherever. They follow wherever it's at. That's why I say having a form of righteousness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. It said. Come on. You got a mind to think, to understand, overstand. But of this sort are they which creep in the houses and lead captive silly women, laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts. That's why he's telling you lustful, man. You can't even give him one day. And men going with silly women that fall for it. Come on, we can do this. It's all right to do it. Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. We just read what the Most High said. That's why he said not doing your pleasures twice. Most High speak once, yea, twice, man, perceive it not. Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. It's a sacrifice, man. Come on. That's why he told us, look, y'all gotta really look at this, because it's for your own good, for your own salvation. He told us in Romans 12 and 1. Mashiach was that ultimate sacrifice for us. Now he's telling us this. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies, not mercy, but the mercies of the Most High, not getting what we deserve many a times, that you present your bodies a what? A living sacrifice, holy, got to do what he say do. You got to keep his commandments. He just told you what to do and what not to do. Holy, acceptable unto the Most High by doing what he say do, which is your reasonable service. He said, and be not conformed to this world again, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, to be born again, to become a new man, a new woman, a new creature, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High, which we know is good. Romans 7 and 12. The law, the commandments is holy, the law is holy, the commandments holy and just and good. That's what's good. Prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. Keep his laws, statutes, commandments, his rules and regulations. You see, that's what's important. Going back to 1 Timothy, 3rd chapter, verse 7. Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Now, as James and Jasper withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth. Men of corrupt minds, reprobate, good for nothing concerning the faith. But they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be manifest unto all men, as theirs also was. You're going to see it. But thou hast fully known my doctrine, manner of life, purpose, faith, long-suffering, charity, that's with love, patience, persecutions, afflictions, which came unto me at Antioch, at Iconium, and Lystra. What persecutions I endured. Mashiach said he got to be persecuted, part to be persecuted for Bashama Mashiach in the name of the Lord and Savior. He was against anybody that talked and rolled in the name of the Lord and Savior. So he had to be persecuted for what it is that he was against. When he was Saul, when he changed to Paul, yeah, hey, this is what he had to go through, afflictions. Ain't no salvation without no affliction, y'all. Persecution, afflictions, which came unto me at Antioch, at Iconium, at Lystra. What persecutions I endured, but out of them all, the Most High delivered me. That's right. Yeah, and all that will live righteously, by Shama Mashiach Yahushua, the name of the Lord and Savior, shall suffer persecution. Y'all hear that? Or y'all think it's going to be some kind of, I mean, most I said he's going to dip us in the furnace of affliction. Some of you, well, I know I've been dipped in the furnace of affliction. I've been whatever, you know, to the point where I cried to the Most High. I said, hey, Most High, you say when you love your chastise, you know, don't chasten me so hard. You say, yeah, and all that will live righteously. And a lot of people have been through a lot of pain and suffering and, you know, going through a lot. Yeah, and all that live righteously, living by Shabbat Mashiach, Yahushua shall suffer persecution. So you can't run. That's why I give everybody coming to this truth, Mark 11:22 to 26, and Ecclesiasticus, the 2nd chapter, 1 down, you know, and in Matthew 11:28, you know, you got trouble, give it to a Mashiach Yahushua and let it be, man. He said, yeah. And all that will live righteously in Mashiach Yahushua, that's Bashama Mashiach Yahushua, in the name of the Lord and Savior, shall suffer persecution, right? But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. Hear that? Evil men on this earth gonna wax worse and worse, he's saying. Deceiving, but y'all love the lies. The majority of our people, they love the lies. We already read that. Go back and read it on Isaiah 30 and 9 down. Deceiving and being deceived. That's why I tell you in Revelation 18, the last verse, sentence in verse 23, Revelation 18:23, for by thy sorceries, witchcrafts, were all nations deceived. Come on, man. It's all here. By they witchcrafts, man, got everybody deceived. Y'all talking about, you know, enchantment of Israel. Come on, y'all got some kind of spell on you. You can't come out of saying these different things and look at what it is you're not supposed to be doing. That's why I say, hey, Revelation 12 and 9. And the great dragon, just read, tell you he's read in verse 3, was cast out. That old serpent, going all the way back to Genesis 3rd chapter, called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. You know, through their sorceries, witchcrafts. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. His little ministers and so forth, little imps. Going back here to 2 Timothy 3rd chapter, y'all. Verse 12 again. So you hear it. Yeah, and all that will live righteously, rolling by shall suffer persecution. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. The things that you have learned, that's why I say when a book is closed, you gotta apply this in your life. You gotta think about this, meditate on this. And that from a child, that's what I want on that. 2 Timothy 4 and 3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. They're like their own lust. Like we talk about not having sexual intercourse on the Sabbath. That's their own lust. They're not going to endure sound doctrine. Most I said, hey, or you can go in there and prove that having pleasure, what's more pleasurable than that? He said, not even have no pleasure, your own pleasure. Now you speak your own words. But a time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust, so they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears, like these preachers, man. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth. Is that not real? They're going to turn away their ears from the commandments of the Most High. They're going to turn away their ears from the laws of the Most High. What's the truth, y'all? Psalm 119, 142. Let's sing it together. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth, from the laws and the commandments of the Most High, and shall be turned unto fables. That's what these religions are, nothing but fables. For all that you know, I mean, come on. You can tell me that anybody that's in the Catholic religion, Baptist religion, Jehovah's Witness, Church of God in Christ, Church of Christ, whatever, Seventh-day Adventists, Jehovah's Witness, all these religions are keeping the laws of the Most High. They're not fables. When you really look at how much you can learn, that you don't know, and that you that have learned, that they're really bringing that. But what it is that this Bible really talking about, I don't think so. That's why he's telling you this is the last days, man. Telling you. Straight up. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables. Fairy tales. Fables, like this fable. Like this. He ain't been exposed all day. You don't gotta expose him. Like that fable. Them fables. And they stand wholeheartedly with that. Jeremiah 9. Jeremiah the 9th chapter. And 5. Jeremiah 9 and 5. And they will deceive everyone, his neighbor, and will not speak the truth. Hear that? They have taught their tongue to speak lies. The blame game, when you love lies. They will not deceive, and they will deceive everyone, his neighbor. Lie to his neighbor, and will not speak the truth. They have taught their tongue to speak lies and weary themselves to commit iniquity. That's us, man. That's us. Thine habitation is in the midst of deceit. You deceit, they refuse to know me, said the Most High. Remember what we read in Revelation 18:23. They deceive all the nations through their sorceries, witchcrafts. So through their witchcrafts and their sorceries and demons in high places, what are we looking at? What we living at is in the midst of deceit, lies, and more lies. Through deceit, they refuse to know me. Through the lies that you believe in, whatever religion I just named, it did some. Christian insanity. That's why I call it Christian insanity. They refuse to know me, said the Most High. Therefore, thus said the Most High power of hosts, the Most High power of army of angels. Listen to what he's telling you. You refuse to know him. You don't want to praise him. Y'all want to do all the things y'all doing. APTG, homage, y'all praise him, whatever you want to deal with. People that don't even praise him at all, don't even know him at all. They just call him God. They don't even know the power of this Bible. He said, therefore, I'm just here to warn y'all. Thus said the Most High, power of hope, power of army of angels. Behold, I will melt you. He said, I will melt them. Behold, I will melt them and try them. For how shall I do for the daughter of my people? That's hard right there, y'all. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? He said, therefore, thus say the Most High, power of hosts, power of army of angels. Behold, I will melt them and try them. But how shall I do for the daughter of my people? You understand, man? Hold that. Ezekiel 22:20. Jeremiah saying that, right? Look what he said. As they gather silver, y'all play with the Most High if you want to, and brass and iron and tin. Salakia. As they gather silver and brass and iron, can't leave out none of these metals, and lead and tin, into the midst of the furnace, to blow the fire upon it to make it hot. That's when you blow on that fire, make it hot. To melt it, so will I gather you in mine anger and in my fury, and I will lead you there and melt you. Play with the Most High if you want to. Stop this from happening. Yeah, I will gather you and blow upon you in the fire of my wrath, and ye shall be melted in the midst thereof. As silver is melted in the midst of the furnace, so shall ye be melted in the midst thereof. And ye shall know that I, the Most High Power, have poured out my fury upon you. Come on. Hope you don't want that. That's why Jeremiah said it. Jeremiah 9, chapter verse 7. Therefore, thus said the Most High Power of hosts, army of angels. Behold, I will melt them and try them. But how shall I do for the daughter of my people? Their tongue is as an arrow shot out. It speaketh deceit, lies. Because you love lies, man. You done said this over and over again. Their tongue is as an arrow shot out. The Most High said, God is up in your eat up in there. It speaketh deceit, lies. One speaketh peaceably to his neighbor with his mouth, but in his heart he layeth his weight. They talking smooth, but they waiting to get you. They're going to, first of all, they're going to get your money. They waiting to get you. Shall I not visit them for these things? Said the Most High. Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this. Come on. And tell you, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of living power. The people playing around, man, they think this is a joke. You're going to see that. You're going to see there's not no joke. It's serious as serious can be. It's too late once he got you in the hand of the Most High, y'all. It's too late then. Isaiah 59 and 1. Isaiah 59 and 1. That's why we don't have no choice but to do what he say do. We done done our own way too long. Now he's looking for those that render that's gonna come back to him and do what he say do. Stop being so wicked and sin, going against what he tell us to do. How we gonna get out of here if we don't come back to him as much as we can? Isaiah 59 and 1. Behold, the Most High's hand is not shortened. Hear that? The Most High's hand is not shortened, that it cannot save, neither his ear heavy, that it cannot hear. But your iniquities have separated between you and your power. Hear that? Our wickedness, our sins, our evilness have separated between us and the Most High. And your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear. Come on. That's serious, man. And our people say we ain't under the law. Majority of our people say we ain't under the law, we under grace. And they Gentiles been grafted in on who they've been grafted in among. I can't say it enough. And talking about they got the Holy Ghost running around the church like a chicken with his head cut off. Come on, man. That's not no Holy Spirit. Man, we gotta wake up. Verse 4. It says, verse 2. Oh no, verse 4. None calleth for justice, nor any pleaded for truth. Who? What religion pleading for the truth? What religion crying out, keep the commandments of the Most High? That's the truth. Keeping of the commandments of the Most High. What religion? Keeping the moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws. And have taught or been taught of the sacrificial law. That's another set of laws he gave us too, that we're supposed to know. And Mashiach besides the ultimate sacrifice, but still he gave us 5 sets of laws. Say none calleth for justice, nor any pleaded for truth. They trust in vanity. That's why you look at Ecclesiasticus 3:24. They trust in vanity. That's why I tell you. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion. They trust in vanity, y'all. Things don't have no power at all, no worth at all. They're deceived by their own vain opinion. And in evil, that's the devil, suspicion has overthrown their judgment. It ain't a righteous judgment, it's an evil judgment through the devil. That evil that come in, you allow the devil come in to make you make the wrong judgment, which is contrary to what you should be doing in following the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments, and having faith in him. That's why I say Isaiah 59 and 4, none calleth for justice, nor any pleaded for truth. The blame game. When you love lies. Listen, none calleth for justice, nor any pleaded for truth, but the commandments of the Most High. They trust in vanity and speak lies. There it is. They speak lies. They continue mischief and bring forth iniquity. Think about everything. You look at, especially youth, man, they just, man, I see some things, I'll be like, wow. And these women, they're raising the boys, and a boy needs a man figure. You know, they show a lot of them, and they tell them they got to get out when they get out of high school. They're not ready. They ain't been taught how to with the the way the world is to be able to make it in this world. Girls, they go out and they do their thing, get caught up in this wicked world, man. Y'all see what happened at the spring break in Houston, Texas, and I think it was the same thing happened in Tampa, Florida. Breakout of, STDs like I never seen before. They had bumps all on their face, on their tongue, everywhere. I mean, I ain't never seen no. Those are plagues most I say bringing on this earth, man. That's that lust. It's coming down, man. It's going down. It's terrible. They trust in vanity and speak lies. They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity. It's cold. Numbers 11:23. Numbers 11:23. Numbers 11:23. They ain't saying that to no one. No one that they jacked up like that. Somebody knew. How cold is that, man? That's cold. Numbers 11:22, 23. And the Most High said unto Moses, is the Most High's hand waxed short? Thou shalt see now whether my word shall come to pass unto thee or not. Is the Most High's hand waxed short, y'all? He said, thou shalt see now whether my word shall come to pass unto thee or not, unto you or not. Isaiah 50:2. Isaiah 50:2. Wherefore, when I came, was there a man? When I called, was there none to answer? Is my hand shortened at all, that it cannot redeem? Or have I no power to deliver? Behold, at my rebuke, I dry up the sea. You know, the sea is more vast in the area of this world, man, in circumference, man, than anything. 3/4, I think, of the earth is the sea. He said, what did he say? He said, at my rebuke, I dry up the sea. I make the rivers a wilderness. Their fish stinketh, because there is no water, and dry up for thirst. I clothe the heavens with blackness, and I make sackcloth their covering. Man, did I ask somebody? Did I ask somebody? That's the Most High right there. Nahum 3. Nahum 3:5. Nahum 3:5. Behold, I am against thee, said the Most High power of hosts. That host is power of army of angels. And I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. So I'm going to put your skirt upon your face. Going to put your face, your skirt above your head. And I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdom thy shame. Don't get it twisted. Zechariah 8:21. Because see, a lot of things, you look at how everything is kind of changed up, like you would say skirts. You think a skirt just for women, but look what it says here. Zechariah 8:23. Right to the point. Thus said the Most High power of hosts. In those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages, all these different nations that have all these different languages of the nations, talking about these Gentile nations outside from the 12 tribes of Israel, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you. Him that is a Jew, the skirt of him, not her, but him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you. But we have heard that the Most High is with you. Oh, yeah. That's what they're going to do, because there ain't going to be no more Army, Navy, Marines, Air Forces, no police department, no government. It's going to be only a Mashiach Yahushua, the judge that made war. And they know that the Most High is with us, the children of Israel. Most High Ratazah will be us. Going back to Nahum 3 and 5. Behold, I am against thee, said the Most High of hosts. And I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. Put your skirt upon your face, your whole body exposed. And I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. And that's what we were set up as, man. A gazing stock. Everybody looking at us like, this the chosen people of the Most High. They were so happy to have us in captivity, man. You understand the magnificence that the Most High did us? See, we don't know anything about our story, but it's in this Bible. It's here. It's right here, man. Look, can you imagine this? Put this in your membrane. Go to Jeremiah 16. Most High. Is that what I want? Maybe it's I think it's Ezekiel. Yeah, Ezekiel 16. Salakia. Ezekiel 16. Look. Ezekiel 16, let's start at verse 8. Now when I passed by thee, when he passed by us, and looked upon thee, behold, thy time was the time of love. Hear this? When he passed by us as Israel, he said, our time was a time of love, and I spread my skirt over thee. Uh-oh. Now you got to deal with the Most High on that one. How about that? Huh? You hear what the Most High said? He said he passed by us and spread my skirt over thee. You say the Most High had no skirt? He said, I spread my skirt over thee and covered thy nakedness. Yeah. And I swear unto thee and enter into a covenant with thee. The covenant is only with Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob, to the 12 tribes of Israel. You enter into a covenant with us. Said the Most High power. And thou becamest mine. Say, then washed I thee with water. Yeah, I thoroughly washed away thy blood from thee. And I anointed thee with oil. I clothed thee. This is how he clothed us. I clothed thee. While these nations jealous of us. I clothed thee also with broidered work, and shod thee with badger skin. And I girded thee about with fine linen, and I covered thee with silk. Listen, I decked thee also with ornaments, all kind of jewels, and I put bracelets upon thy hands, and a chain on thy neck. I put a jewel on thy forehead. We had a jewel on our forehead with the headbands we had, and earrings in thine ears, had earrings in our ears, and a beautiful crown upon thine head, a beautiful crown on our head. Come on. Man, supposed to have his head covered. And a beautiful crown upon thine head. Who's talking? This the Most High. You talking about. Thus was thou decked with gold and silver, and thy raiment was the fine linen and silk and broidered work. Thou didst eat fine flour and honey and oil, and thou wast exceeding beautiful. That's why they jealous of us. Thou wast exceeding beautiful, and thou didst prosper into a kingdom. Wow, man. And thou renown went forth among the heathen for thy beauty, but it was perfect through my comeliness. That's the Most High's comeliness. which I have put upon thee, said the Most High Power. But here we go. Thou didst trust in thine own beauty, and playest the harlot because of thy renown, and pour out thy fornications on every one that passed by. His it was. So beautiful. Oh, you love me? You can have me. And of thy garments thou didst take and deck thy high places with diverse colors. Took the garments, beautiful garments he gave us, and decked these high places, the idols, with our garments, and played the harlot therefore thereupon. The like things shall not come, neither shall it be so. Thou hast also taken thy fair jewels of my gold, the Most High gold, and of my silver, which I had given thee, and made it to thyself images of men, and didst commit whoredom with them. Come on. So that's why I say, man, it's so beautiful to hear the things that he done. And here we go, doing things totally against him. And took thy broidered garments. I mean, I can't even imagine. Broidered, man, it got all kinds of designs in it. Took our broidered garments that he made for us, had made for us. We can't even imagine how bad this is. And covered them, covered our broidered garments with these idols we made of men. And thou hast set mine oil and my incense before them. My meat also, which I gave thee, fine flour and oil and honey, wherewith I fed thee, fed us. Thou hast even set it before them, before these idols, like they do with those Buddha, man. How you spell it? The Asian God, put Twinkies and incense and all. That's what we did. My meat also, which I gave thee, fine flour and oil and honey, wherewith I fed thee, he fed us with. Thou hast even set it before them. Oh, sweet savor. And thus it was said to the Most High. Moreover, thou hast taken thy sons and thy daughters, whom thou hast borne unto me, and these hast thou sacrificed unto them to be devoured. Is this of thy whoredoms a small matter, that thou hast slain my children and delivered them and delivered them to cause them to pass through the fire for them, for these idols? And in all thine abominations and thy whoredoms, thou hast not remembered the days of thy youth. But we went over, you don't know about the days of our youth? Go back and look at this lesson from the beginning. When thou was naked and bare, it was polluted in thy blood. And it came to pass after all thy wickedness. Woe, woe unto thee, destruction unto us, Israelites, said the Most High, that thou hast also built unto thee an eminent place, and hast made thee an high place in every street. Thou hast built thy high place at every head of the way, and hast made thy beauty to be abhorred, made our beauty that he made us so beautiful, man, to be hated, and has opened thy feet to everyone that passed by. Now, you know what that means. You need a rocket science to figure that out? Open thy feet, open their legs wide open to everyone that passed by. Anybody can have them. Dang. Cold-blooded. And multiply thy whoredoms. Being with everything you can think of, anybody, whatever. Thou hast also committed fornication with the Egyptians, thy neighbors. Greater flesh has increased thy whoredoms to provoke me to anger. Letting you know, hey, guys, their feet, their legs open, and the Egyptians had it going on, and they increased the anger of the Most High. But we told us we ain't supposed to be with these other nations. Told us that in Deuteronomy 7:3-4. Behold, therefore I have stretched out mine hand over thee, and have diminished thine ordinary food, and delivered thee unto the will of them that hate thee, the daughters of the Philistines, which are ashamed of thy lewd way. Mm. Thou hast played the whore also with the Assyrian, first the Egyptian out of Assyrians, because thou wast unsatiable. Yeah, thou hast played the harlot with them, and yet could not be satisfied. Thou hast moreover multiplied thy fornication in the land of Canaan unto Chaldea. That's why I say we've been passed around to all these nations, man. So you following the same way that they think, same way how you think. Then you come now, it's like so hard for you to really come back and realize you got to let all that go and become just like a little child. Just start to learn this real truth. Because you see, we were passed around straight up. Thou hast moreover multiplied thy fornication in the land of Canaan unto Chaldean. And yet thou wast not satisfied herewith. How weak is thine heart? How weak is your mind, the Most High said? Said the Most High Power. Seeing thou doeth all these things, the work of an imperious, whorish woman. Hear that? We doing all these things, say the work of an imperious, whorish woman. It's cold, man. A harlot, man, just like a harlot, man. Prostitute just selling her body. That's enough of that. But you see how we were, man. That's cold. As cold as cold could be. But we had a remnant that didn't follow that way. Like I'm trying to holler, I'm hollering now, you know. For that remnant, it's going to follow the way of the Most High. Jeremiah 32, 37. Behold, Jeremiah 32 and 37. Behold, I will gather them out of all countries, whither I have driven them in mine anger. You see why I was angry? You heard what we did? And in my fury, and in great wrath, and I will bring them again to this place, and I will cause them to dwell safely. And they shall be my people, and I will be their power. Does that sound great? He said, and I will give them one heart. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me go back. Hold that. Just stay at verse 38. He said, behold, verse 37, behold, I will gather them out of all countries, right? That I is the Most High, yo. Because you have people that's trying to, they're trying to come up with this free Babylon doctrine again. Free wherever you at over here in North America and go somewhere else. I don't know where you're going to go. But they try to get you to go somewhere else. Listen what it say. Behold, I, that's the Most High, will gather them. Not no man talking about come and follow me. Out of all countries, with the I, that's the Most High, have driven them in mine anger, and in my fury, and in great wrath, Salakim, and I will bring them again unto this place, and I will cause them to dwell safely. He's gonna call us to dwell safely. And they shall be my people, and I will be their power. I like that. We're gonna be his people, right? Say, and they shall be my people. So I ain't been there tonight. Let's go here. 2 Samuel 7 and 10. The Most High gonna put us in our land. Not no man. Y'all gonna follow man if you want to. Everybody that call themselves doing what the Most High said gonna do, they ain't make it. It didn't work. 2 Samuel 7 and 10. Look. 2 Samuel 7 and 10. The Most High said He going to do this. Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel. So you know that my people represent the Israelites. He said, but I is the Most High. He said, moreover, I, that's the Most High, will appoint a place for my people Israel and will plant them. This is what Most High going to do, that they may dwell in a place of their own. You hear that? And move no more. I love this. Neither shall the children of wickedness, all the ones that have afflicted us, afflict them anymore as before time. You see? This is the last time we got to be in captivity. Ain't nobody going to afflict us anymore as before time. Going back to Jeremiah 32. I'm just about finished, y'all. Jeremiah 32 and verse 39. And I will give them one heart. When He put us in our land, He will give us one mind and one way, the only way, that they may fear me forever. You know? This is the kingdom. So right now it's about learning what we're going to do in the kingdom. We rehearse it, at least as far as I'm concerned, that they may fear me forever for the good of them and of their children after them. He said, I will make an everlasting covenant with them. So you're going to make an everlasting covenant with them, the Israelites, that I will not turn away from them. That contract, that agreement, these laws has come up. He says He's not going to turn away from us to do them good. So I will not turn away from them to do them good, but I will put my fear in their hearts. He said, verse 39, that they may fear me forever. What did He say? I will put my fear in their hearts, in our minds, that they shall not depart from me. Yeah, I will rejoice over them to do them good. That's a remnant, y'all. And I will plant them in this land, assuredly with my whole heart and with my whole soul. Just say the Messiah, y'all. That's what He said. Isaiah 60:21. Isaiah 60:21. Thy people also shall be all righteous. You hear that? We're going to be all righteous. That's why I said it's so important for you to know the definitions of these words from the scriptures. Righteous. How are we going to be righteous? Tell you what righteousness is in Deuteronomy 6:25. We're going to be all righteous. How are we going to be righteous? And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments. So we're going to keep all the commandments of the Most High. Before the Most High, our power, which He hath commanded us. He hath commanded us, right? So you be righteous by keeping the commandments of the Most High. That's why He said in Isaiah 60:21, thy people, the Israelites, the remnant, also shall be all righteous. Going to be keeping the commandments of the Most High. They shall inherit the land forever. The branch of my planet. That's the Most High going to plant us there. Not no man. Ain't no man going to save us. That's why I said it's so important to tap into Him. The work of my hands. Why? That I may be glorified. You know? That the Most High can be glorified. How you going to glorify Him? You ain't used to glorifying Him. To that the work of the Most High's hand, that He may be glorified. It said, a little one shall become 1,000. 1,000 babies. And a small one, a strong nation. I, the Most High, will face it in His time. Understand what was saying this, man. That's real. Jeremiah 31:28. I got two more. Jeremiah 31:28. And it shall come to pass So like as I have watched over them to pluck up and to break down and to throw down and to destroy and to afflict, so will I watch over them to build and to plant, said the Most High. Oh, yeah. Jeremiah 12. Jeremiah 12. He's going to do this. Not no man. That's why it's so important for us to tap into him and do what he said. This simple as that. Jeremiah 12 and 14. Thus said the Most High Power, against all mine evil neighbors that touch the inheritance, which I have caused my people Israel to inherit, the land that the Most High caused his people Israel to inherit, the land of Canaan, the land of Israel. Behold, I will pluck them out of their land and pluck out the house of Judah from among them. And it shall come to pass, after I have plucked them out, I will return and have compassion on them. He's going to have compassion on us, y'all. And that remnant, and will bring them again, every man to his heritage and every man to his land. He's going to place us in that land that we're going to be on. And it shall come to pass, these three Gentile nations, if they will diligently learn the ways of my people, to swear by my name, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. The Most High liveth, as they taught my people to swear by B-A-A-L unto this day. Say whatever. B-A-A-L means L-O-R-D. Today, tomorrow, and any other day. B-A-A-L. Here it is in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Might be some new people here. See what it says? B-A-A-L means L-O-R-D. M-A-S-T-E-R. Come on. Farm God of the Phoenicians and Canaanites. And reason why, because all praise to the Most High. When you turn these pages, go right there, all praise to the Most High. Boss, Shalom myself, Calvin. Ezekiel 39:23. And the heathen, listen, Ezekiel 39:23. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity. You see? Because they trespassed against me. That's why the Most High said, I'm going to go to my place in Hosea 5 and 15 till we acknowledge our offense, how we offended him, and seek his face. In our affliction, we're going to seek him early. The heathen know this. Hear what it say? And the heathen, these other nations outside of the 12 tribes of Israel that got us in captivity, had us in captivity, or they wasn't, if they didn't have us in captivity, it was with the ones that had us in captivity against us. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they trespassed against me. Therefore hid I my face from them and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword. Hear this? According to their uncleanness and according to their transgression, we breaking the Most High's commandments, have I done unto them and hid my face from them. Straight up. Therefore, thus say the Most High Power, now will I bring again the captivity of Jacob that we read about, y'all, and have mercy upon the whole house of Israel, and will be jealous for my holy name. After that they have borne their shame. We gotta carry our shame, y'all, and all their trespasses whereby they have trespassed against me, when they dwelt safely in their land, and none made them afraid. When I brought them again from the people, you're gonna gather us, and gathered them out of their enemies' lands. See that? It ain't changing, ain't the story the same? And am sanctifying them in the sight of many nations, as he's doing right now. Then so they know that I am the Most High, their power, which caused them to be led into captivity among the heathen, as he told us going to do that. But I have gathered them unto their own land, and have left none of them any more there. Neither will I hide my face any more for them. All praise the Most High. For I have poured out my spirit upon the house of Israel, said the Most High Power, and nobody else. Yeah, so now, Jeremiah 12 and 16. And it shall come to pass, if they, you other nations, outside of the 12 tribes of Israel, will diligently learn the ways of my people, to swear by my name, The Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So that's his name forever and more to all generations. Exodus 3:15. The Most High liveth as they taught my people to swear by Baal. They put Lord all in this Bible, man. Straight up. And any Bible dictionary you go to, pretty much going to tell you that Baal means Lord. And they put it in here. We call it on. I mean, what's the difference? I mean, you call yourself by Robert or Bob or Bobby. Same thing. Same person. Ballordmaster, HUSBAND. All this goes back to Baal. These words and so forth. We don't have to say that. You ain't heard me say it all day. Then shall they be built in the midst of my people. You hear that? If you diligently learn the ways of my people. And we just define my people over and over again, the children of Israel. But this is a condition. If they will not obey, what? Diligently learning the ways that we teach them. What this Bible really talking about? But if they will not obey, I will utterly pluck up and destroy that nation. That's deep right there. You see, will utterly pluck up and destroy that nation, said the Most High. So they will be making sure that their whole nation try to learn this. But we teach them. So you say, hey, he ain't saying the visual. He say, but if they will not obey, I will utterly pluck up and destroy that nation, said the Most High. Like he dealt with us, the righteous and the wicked went into captivity as the children of Israel. Point blank. That's what the Most High said. So with that, I hope that was edifying. I hope it touched someone out there. Share it, like it, if you will, please. I appreciate it. And I'll see you tomorrow. Most High Ratazawan, Most High will, at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time, 2:30 Mountain Time, 3:30 Central Time, and 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. With that, I say the water for joining me. And Kwam Most High, Power Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Kwam Mashiach Yahushai, and Kwam Yasharala, and I'm out. Shalom. See y'all tomorrow.